We are live. Hello, hello,
Oh my gosh, and
everybody.
we are live.
Hello
Woohoo!
again.
Woohoo!
Hello.
Let's
Hi
go.
everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Yes, happy
Yes.
Wednesday.
Happy
We are here
Wednesday.
again. Yes.
Yes. So how are you both, Ariane and Coach Mildred? How are you both?
Very good, very good.
Yes.
Awesome.
Oh,
Right
yeah.
now, I am by the lake. We are about
Wow.
maybe 3 to 4 hours away from Toronto, up north. It's so beautiful. There's so many islands. So to get here, we had to park, and then actually there's a pontoon boat. Our friends have a pontoon boat, so they picked us up and came
Wow.
here. So yeah, we're gonna be here for a few days. You can
Sarap.
only get here by boat.
Yeah?
Wow, ang
Yeah,
galing.
Oh, wow. That's
yeah.
nice.
And then it was so
Wow.
hot today, but the water was so inviting. So as soon as we got settled, brought the groceries up and all that, I jumped in the lake. It's so
Wow.
refreshing.
Here,
Mm.
it's very cloudy.
Yeah. Oh.
Cloudy.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's rain.
but
It rained.
on the way here though, there were three pockets. In one town, yes, it was raining so hard. Then it stopped.
Mm.
Then another town, it rained again. So on the way here, it rained three times in different towns.
Crazy
But
weather.
we came here, it's sunny, bright, beautiful.
That's
Mm,
nice.
yeah.
Wow.
Sarap.
Well,
How
must be
about
nice.
you, Joseph? How are you?
Good. Good. Just busy with the housework and stuff like that. But like the usual. Like the usual.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
House husband.
Yes. Yes. But anyway,
But that's
anyway,
amazing. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Thank you again, Ariane and Coach Mildred, for your dedication to our weekly podcast. No, we are episode
Yes.
44. Would you believe?
44. Can you
Yes.
imagine?
Oh my
Episode
gosh.
44. Yeah, yeah. So today,
Amazing.
I'm your host today.
44 already.
Yeah, but our topic today is something I was thinking about last week. The topic of you may have more skills than you think. Okay, so today we will just
Mm,
have a conversation amongst us about this topic, and really, what came to my mind is a lot of people always underestimate themselves on the things
mm,
that they can do better
yeah.
or things that they can do that could add value to others or even add value to themselves in terms of their whether it's daily life or everyday doing or their work, their passion, whatever it is. A lot of people always underestimate themselves, and especially in the skills that they may possess, but they don't really um, acknowledge or they're not aware of it,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
So they kind of they kind of maybe there's a bit of neglection in there, but definitely
Mhm.
underestimating their their
Yeah.
skills. No, so today let's just no. I think today we can share some of our experiences, lessons that we've learned over the past, especially uh, starting our digital business. No, and if we can share it with others, so maybe we could try to inspire them and light some fire to them to their thinking, diba? So that they don't underestimate themselves. So, but anyway, today, like I said, is episode 44 again. Thank you, Coach Mildred and Ariane, for your continuous dedication and support to our podcast. Um, for those
Yes.
for those of you who are watching us, following us, supporting us, by all means, comment below. If you have anything that you want to ask, or any questions, or any thing that you want to add to our topic, by all means, go ahead. And it will actually be great if you could comment below as to where you're tuning in from. Okay.
Yes.
Uh, so yeah. So what I'd like to do is really just to start the conversation about this topic. No, because I have really met a lot of people. Sometimes when you get talking to others, like I said, they underestimate themselves, but they're not even sure if
Mhm.
they can do whatever they want to do in terms of what they want to reach in their goals in life,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So you kind of have to push them in a way, and you have to make them realize na, you know what, you can do it because we can see that you are actually doing it already or you've done it before, right? So they kind of
Yes.
need that encouragement, diba? So this is really the purpose of today's episode, no? It's really about inspiring and encouragement. So let me just share with you. Actually, no, you know what? Before we do, let's just introduce ourselves. So I'll go first. So my name is Joseph from Hamilton, Canada. I'm a retired IT professional from the banking industry. I have two wonderful boys. I'm a husband. I'm also a financial coach, self-taught on financial planning and retirement planning. At the same time, very, very active in the real estate and stock market investing. But what I'm very, very proud of and how I met these two wonderful ladies is really starting my digital business 2.5 years ago. Okay. So how about you, Ariane? Go ahead.
Thank you, Kuya Joseph. So, hello everybody. My name's Ariane, and again, I'm an immigrant here, based in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. I'm originally from Manila, Philippines, and I am a wife and a mom of two growing kids. I used to be an IT programmer, SAP programmer in the Philippines for more than a decade, and then we decided to move here in Canada to immigrate, and then we became PRs last year. So
Mm.
I've juggled multiple jobs while studying, and then eventually I landed an IT analyst job. So currently, I'm an IT analyst and then also doing this digital business on the side, helping working parents, professionals get started online. So go ahead, Coach Mildred.
Oh, hi guys. Thank you, thank you. It's Wednesday again. This is Mildred, originally from Cebu and Manila, Philippines, now in Toronto. But right now, I'm actually enjoying the lake, the cottage country. When you say that here in Ontario, I am about 3 to 4 hours away from the city. So I just came from swimming at the lake. And to get to this cottage, we actually had to take a pontoon boat. You can't come to the cottage on your vehicle, right? So it's just beautiful to get away from the city. And this is why we do this, right? We still have the online business, right? But you can enjoy life. Like right now, I'm here, but they have Starlink. That's why I got connected.
Yes.
Wow.
So
It's
it's
like
amazing.
Coach. It's like Gilligan's Island, huh?
I know, I
I'm
know.
not
It's
sure. I'm not sure Ariane knows about that Gilligan's
No,
Island.
I don't.
we have to educate her on
Yeah,
that. Uh,
you'll have to watch the
but
show.
I know. But
It's just
I have come through different careers. I was actually a flight attendant for almost 12 years, and then came to Canada. Started with what they call the survival jobs in retail, and then to the corporate world in customer relations and human resources and customer service, sales, and marketing, and went back to my field in social work with the government.
mm,
And because of this online business, it has actually allowed me to retire earlier and enjoy life. I am a solo parent to an adult son. So thank you, Joseph.
wow. I'm glad. You know, Coach, we're glad that we're seeing you enjoying life.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh,
we are so glad that you are.
it's just so
Uh,
wonderful, and it's not too far from the city, huh? Not too far, but you just have to get a boat to come to the island.
yeah, but we noticed it's not your first time, huh?
No,
Going back to
no,
the
no.
cottage this year.
Yes, that is what I love to do. Yes, we are in the online world, but also you enjoy the peace, the quiet.
Yeah.
Actually, later we might have another bonfire because that's
Mm?
what we do in the cottage, right? A bonfire, yeah. Or
Marshmallow,
maybe,
marshmallow.
yeah,
Yes,
or
yes.
maybe we'll be by the lake. Mm-mm. So it's
Nice,
so
nice.
nice, so relaxing.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, thank you, Ariane and Coach Mildred for introducing yourself. So anyway, so going into our topic, no, again, the topic of you may have more skills than you think. Because a lot of people again underestimate themselves, especially when they don't believe in themselves,
Mm,
uh, and they forget. Yeah, they forget that they have those skills that are actually very, very useful, and you can say transferable to other things that they may be
yes.
thinking about in the future, right? So So anyway, let me just start off by saying, after my 34-year stint or career in the banking industry, I must say that I learned not just only technology. I really learned a lot about how to communicate with different personalities. Alam mo, being a manager for quite some time
Mm-hmm.
really actually test your patience,
Yeah.
test your abilities, test your communication skills, test your leadership skills, your managing skills. They really actually test you. They're like kids. They really actually test you until I know to see as to how far you would go, right? But anyway, those 34 years really taught me, so how to solve problems, being under pressure, so many deadlines to meet, managing projects, working with other teams, leading people, and most importantly, taking responsibility for my decisions. Because it carries a lot of weight, especially when you have some staff members really depending on you in leading them, right? So I will say to our viewers that there are so many skills that we all have, that we all possess, that we neglect to think about and to pursue down the road. And this is sort of one of the reasons why a lot of people, especially those who switch jobs or retire, that sometimes what it takes is just finding their hobby, right? That relates to their skills, and and when they do that, they become more successful, right?
Mm.
So a lot of people like have that hidden. Sa akin kasi, I say it as hidden talents.
Mm.
People have a lot of hidden
Hidden
talents.
talents. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really hidden. Whether it's singing, right? Whether it's
Yeah.
sewing, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's doing, I don't know, artwork, painting,
Yeah.
woodworking, whatever, right? They have those skills
Mm-hmm.
that they have, and they just sometimes they just need a push or direction or someone to talk to that believes in them and just pushes them towards their goal in life, right? So to me, I feel now, especially those people like us, Coach Mildred, you've been working for so long, many
Mm-hmm.
different industry, and Ariane is actually have worked not only in the technology field, but she's worked in the Philippines and she's also worked here. And now she's a digital business owner. And then she's
Mm-hmm.
also working with another group of people with the cybersecurity kind of stuff, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think all that stuff na you expose yourself into really will build up more skills that you may be or may not be aware of, and eventually only what it comes down to is you become very confident, right? You become more confident because you've been exposed to those areas, to those experiences, uh, and then you then just practice, or you just carry on that skill and that talent with you, being what we call transferable skills, right, towards your
Yes. Yes.
next chapter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if both of you can share something that you have experienced and you have learned as well, to our viewers today, what would it be, right? So Coach Mildred, do you want to go first?
Oh my gosh, ang dami, right?
Yeah.
You know, because for me, my life journey in my career is different from other people. Each one of us has a different journey. For me, I had different careers in my lifetime, bro.
Mm,
Although my background is psychology and social work, I ventured because I love to travel. I
yeah.
ventured into being an international flight attendant. So that allowed me to pursue my love of travel. So I
Mm,
traveled all over the world, like Europe, all over Europe, Asia, Australia, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates,
mhm,
and parts of Africa. And I continue to travel today, but it really expands your horizon, right? Beyond the university walls or beyond your career. So, because of that, I became a flight attendant, right? And then on your skills, because of my background, it's very flexible, like psychology and social work. I was able to work in retail. I was able to sell because I like talking to people. It comes naturally for me, which I
Mm.
know does not come naturally to a lot of people.
Mm.
Yeah, right? So sometimes we don't know what we have. We don't know what skills we have until we are put into that situation, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Um, and then, working into corporate world, dealing with all kinds of people, from the bottom up to the top person in the company. Those are actually skills. Those are transferable skills that you can use wherever you are, from one job to the other or to life in general, right? Like adaptability, being resilient, traveling to another country, us, a lot of immigrants. That is a skill. Not a lot of people can do that because it's so much like psychologically, emotionally, physically, mentally, right? Madami yun. Paglipat ng bahay, ayan, si Ari
Oh my gosh. I think I developed that skill.
changing, moving to another home, right? That is a skill. Most people just stay one put, that's it, where they were born and until, forever. But some people, it's a necessity. We have to do that. So, maraming actually tayong skills. So, you know what? One question I asked my clients before, when I
Mm.
was a social worker, right? How many skills do you think you have? And they say 10, 20, 100. No, no, no. You have more than 2,000 skills.
Mm.
More than 2,000 skills. If you write it all down,
Mm.
being able to talk, being able to communicate, being able to adapt, being able to pack your clothing, your stuff, and move to another apartment or another condo, right? Moving to another job, moving to another country, learning a new skill in this business, like learning more. Like, I'm not really tech savvy, but I had to learn a lot to be, one of the online business partners. And uh, this is great because you really have to have, yung tawag na, yung lifelong learning.
Mm.
Lifelong learning.
Yes.
We
Yeah.
never stop learning. And that's me. And, it makes you an interesting person if you
Mm.
don't stop learning, because you learn a lot. You learn from a lot of kids now. I am with a lot of kids like 5 years old, 8, 11. It's so nice to talk to them. Tapos yung mga middle age, mga 30, 35, 45, ganon. 50, 60. So you learn from each generation. Yeah. It's
Mm.
interesting. So this is gonna be an interesting time we have here in the cottage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Coach, Coach, I have just a very simple question. Before you became an entrepreneur, no, what kind of skill do you think, or what kind of skill did you realize um, before becoming an entrepreneur that uh, made it that actually made it sort of valuable for you? What's that skill that made it
oh,
sort of
for
valuable?
me,
Yeah.
because for me, talking to other people just it
Ah.
comes easily for me. I
Yeah.
can open up a conversation. Whether I meet you, I bump into a person on the street or
Yeah.
on the airplane, like it's easy for me to open up a conversation with
Mm.
anybody, right? Because I think like we are all human beings. So
Mm.
we can talk to each other. So that for me is valuable, right?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
see.
Being flexible, being like being a nurturer and
Mm.
being able to encourage. I've always been an encourager. There's some people in your life that are encouragers who inspire you, who motivate you, right?
Mhm.
And there's a lot of people who challenge you. So yeah, all of those skills actually you can use here in the online business, right?
Wow. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Tell
that's good,
me,
coach. That's good,
interesting.
coach.
Well, how
Yeah.
about you, Aryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with Coach Mildred, and
Mm.
I've seen how she approaches people, like anybody that she sees outside, and then just
Yeah,
talking to
yeah.
them like very impromptu. It's
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
incredible. It's a very good skill to have. So
Thank
yeah, and
you.
I wish
Thank
I had
you.
that too. But for me, I think I would also have to agree when she said that for a lot of people, like we only are able to know the skill when we come face to face with it.
Yeah,
So
true.
there was, I remember
Hmm,
when I was starting
interesting.
out, yeah, when I was starting out in the call center after my college graduation, because that was my first job. I was hired as a technical support engineer. So we have to
Mhm.
take calls. It's a BPO. We have to take calls and then support actually North American, Canada, and US
Mhm.
clients having trouble with their laptops, desktops, and we
Mhm.
we try to give them directions of how they can fix their issues, something like
Yeah, yeah.
that. But eventually, because we're handling this client, it's a very famous brand of computers, and they want more, I guess, more income in their portfolio.
Mhm.
And so we were told, even if we are not CSRs or customer service representatives, we are just, the tech guys, the basic tech support.
Mhm.
They asked us to upsell. And I hated selling.
Oh.
and and I didn't know how to really transition to that. But you know what
Mhm.
happened after, because I didn't get to stay with them for a very long time. I quit after I think 3.5 months. And so after my resignation, that's when I found out that I got certificates because because I was one of the top sellers during those months. And so I didn't know that I have that skill in me. I mean, I guess probably I'd use Kuya Joseph's term here. I have neglected it because I
Mm,
hated it.
yeah.
Mm.
And then I realized afterwards that, oh, I can do it. I was able to do it when I
Yeah.
had the certificates. Yeah. So
So
it was
pero this was here sa Canada or in the Philippines?
it was in the Philippines. It was my first job, but our
Mm.
client were from Canada and the US.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
So even picking up the phone and talking, giving them directions, that's already nerve-wracking for me because
Oh my
I
gosh.
was a very shy person. And
Mhm,
then they
mhm.
asked us to upsell.
Yeah,
She was ano nga, 'di ba? Introvert. She was introvert before,
Yeah.
remember?
I know, right?
Not anymore.
I felt
Not
like
anymore.
I felt like I got so used to texting. I think that was the effect in our generation. I got so used to texting that
Ah,
I don't really know how to really
no
communicate.
personal, no
Yeah, I
personal,
can
like
talk, but I don't know
face-to-face
how to
contact.
really communicate with
Yeah,
different
yeah.
people, just like
Mhm,
Yeah.
Coach Mildred here. So yeah,
mhm.
I got surprised when I got those certificates because I didn't
Wow.
know that I was able to sell.
Mhm.
So yeah, it was a
Pe-
fun one.
Pero Ariane, do you prefer dealing with the client online or face to face?
Oh my God, that's a difficult question, Kuya. Ah, um, for me, I would prefer face to face now.
Really?
Oh,
Now, yeah,
That's
good.
good.
Wow.
it's
That's
just
good.
Yeah, the
it's.
turnaround,
I
huh?
think I think I'm just realizing it just recently because it's so hard to really communicate when you know just talking online,
Yeah.
and
Mhm,
you need to I guess mention some terms, especially if it's technical. Like
mhm.
it's just so much easier to show them
Mhm.
show them
Yeah,
what you're trying to present than
yeah.
Correct.
just explaining it online. So for
Correct.
me
Yeah.
now, I want it to be face to face.
Yeah, no,
Mhm,
that's
mhm.
good. That's very good. That's actually a very good answer. Kasi that personal touch is really important. Eh.
Mm,
It's really, like Coach Mildred is saying.
yeah,
You know, that
I agree.
personal touch is so different than just being online and speaking to
Mm-mm.
someone on the other side.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
We all know that Coach Mildred can host and can sing, right? So she's got
Yes.
many talented skills.
I know. I missed you last Sunday. I was asked
I
to
know,
MC
I
at the
know. Sorry.
Filipino festival in Brampton. So it was so much fun. The mayor of Brampton was there. The
Ooh.
minister, one of the ministers, and the first Filipino Canadian woman
Oh,
MP and
Oh yeah.
minister. of
Yeah.
women,
Wow.
and yeah,
And
I,
that's a skill too, Coach Mildred.
yes, it was
Doing
amazing.
that, right?
And I first met her in Ottawa when we went to Ottawa in March, right? And then I met her again on Sunday. So, she remembers me. So it's just wonderful to have that, and connecting with your your
mm,
heritage, right? Your Filipino heritage,
yeah.
Filipino food, halo-halo ulit. Halo-halo. There
Wow.
was lechon, there was, but as MC, like, they served us, we had food, and yeah, it was just amazing. Beautiful
Nice. Nice.
time, yeah.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice. Before I go to the next, really just a question again for me.
Mhm.
Ariana, again a question as well for you. What's something you know today that you wish you had recognized about yourself earlier?
Oh,
That
wow.
that exactly is it, Kuya, the sales.
Yeah, the
Because
sales is
I
well.
felt
Yeah.
like I regretted that I didn't maximize the opportunity because
Mm.
I didn't really know that I am able to really sell. Like it's hard. It was hard for me at that time, giving directions and all that, and then upselling,
Mm,
selling them products that would
Yeah.
probably fix their issues. But after knowing that I can sell, like
Mhm.
if I had known, I could have just maximized the opportunity and then probably have stayed there for a lot longer,
mm,
right? Because I feel like sales is
yeah.
a fundamental skill. Like wherever you go, whatever
Yeah.
product you have service,
True.
I mean, really, I'm just realizing it
Totoo
now.
'yan, totoo 'yan.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's
So
true.
yeah, if you're young, it's really a good practice to
Mm.
learn selling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the things now I wanted to just bring up here, and I think both of you can also say something about it, is that um, when people want to look at their next chapter in life, or when they actually see what they want to do next, um, I mean, to me, my experience is that a person cannot do it by themselves because they need someone that they need to speak to just run the idea or run uh, some questions or just some ano ba tawag ito yung some
Probing questions.
probing question and some affirmation as well na
Yeah.
whether or not they can do it, right? So I think to me a lot of people out there are thinking that they have to think about it themselves only and not to speak to someone. And
Mhm.
I think people neglect to that they can just call a friend or they can just speak to someone um, because they might need that a little encouragement and push
Mhm.
to get them over the hump, diba?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I mean, the reason why I'm saying this is because I've met a lot of people over the years that are very unsure on themselves, and they just want to talk to someone if they are actually on the right track.
Yeah.
Mm.
So so that this episode is really about that,
Mhm. Mhm.
encouraging that person, like what Coach Mildred said, right?
Yeah,
She's an
yeah.
encourager. People just need that moment to speak to someone to just get some clarity
Yeah.
and some confirmation that they can actually do things that
Mhm.
especially things that they love to do,
Yeah.
right? And the skill will just follow because
Mhm.
the skill is like Coach Mildred said, the skill is already there. 2,000 skills you may have today that you probably don't
More
even know.
than
Right.
2,000
2,000,
skills.
right? So all what people need is really about just encouragement. And
Mhm.
I think that's the message that we have for our followers and viewers today is that you don't have to solve everything by yourself. You just
Mm.
need pick
No.
up the phone, call a friend or even listen to these podcasts, right?
Mhm.
And see for yourself and ask questions as much as you can and
Yeah.
see as to where it takes you. And the most important thing is you're doing something about it, diba? That
Yes.
you are trying to do something about it. You're trying to reach something, that you want to accomplish in life, right?
Mm.
So
That's
for those
right.
people, for those followers or people that are actually watching us, both Ariane and Coach Mildred, what would you say to them if you were in their shoes? Ariane, you want to go first?
Okay, kuya. I think for me, because I believe I am still at that point. I'm guilty of that.
Guilty
Yeah.
naman.
Of
Guilty
what?
of
Guilty of
what?
what?
Yeah, yung underestimating
Ah,
yourself,
yeah,
and
Mm,
you need
mm.
a person who would encourage you
Or
to,
validate. Is that the
yeah,
term you're looking
yeah,
for?
because
To
you know,
validate
yes,
you.
that's
yeah,
true, coach, because
Mm-mm.
it's so easy to mistake it
Mm-mm.
with being a people pleaser.
Yeah.
You know, when you think that, oh, I have this skill and I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna present it to a person, and then that
yeah,
person, I mean, you'd think that that person is going to validate it or to judge it. Parang you feel like you are trying to have validation from that person, but in reality you just wanna ask if you're on the right track, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
yeah.
so yeah, I think I'm guilty of that, because
Mhm.
sometimes, there are things that I do, some skills that I try to develop, and then I show it to people, and then maybe other people would like easily, it's easy to judge, right? It's easy to judge.
Yeah,
Like people would judge you. Maybe, oh, maybe this person is just trying to please this person, for
Mm.
example. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so
yeah,
yeah, I think
uh,
for me, what I'm gonna say is, you just really have to expose yourself. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess I would tell myself, so what? So what? If they're gonna
Get out of hiding. Get out of your shell.
that, yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
That's the
So
way
yeah.
to
what,
do it.
right?
Yeah.
So
Uh,
just expose yourself to a lot of things that would really develop and improve yourself, your
Mm-hmm.
skills. And then
Yeah.
just like what Kuya Joseph said, the exposure, and what Coach Mildred said, the exposure alone can
Mm-hmm.
already
Mm-hmm.
help you, think about, what are your strengths, weaknesses, what can you do. I don't want to say that there are some things that you cannot do, because you haven't even tried them, right? You
yeah,
Mm.
haven't even
Yeah.
yes,
tried. So just, try to talk to as many people as you can, and
yes,
then you will, I guess you will realize that there are things that, um, some people will tell you that are thought provoking, and then you'll think of like many many things in your mind, you can
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Actually, hearing Arya, no, hearing you tonight, I have one word. You're humble.
Oh my God, thank you.
Aww.
You are. You are. You're very.
I have a lot to learn, really, and I think in this, in the digital business we have now, like, that is a skill, because you really have to admit to yourself that you have a lot to to learn. So
True.
yeah,
True.
so even I, that's been here for 3 years, more than 3 years now, I still have a lot of things to learn.
Mm,
Yeah.
And yeah, and I
All of
think,
us, though. All of us.
and,
We
and
still have a
but
lot to
it's a
learn.
it's a
Yeah.
really interesting experience, given that, 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and we're still, always, every day trying to improve ourselves,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and trying to be exposed to as many different people, diba?
Yes. That's very
So
true.
yeah.
Very
You
true.
know,
Yeah.
it's so interesting listening to you, Joseph, and to Aryan, because both of you are IT professionals, right? That is your skill. So I may be good at, talking to people, and all that, being MC and customer service, but IT is something that I have to learn, right?
Mhm.
It's not a skill that I have inherently. I have to learn that. Kayong dalawang galing-galing na nyo. Diba? Because in life, we have so many skills, right? Ano bang skills? We have basic life skills, diba? I looked it up. So, basic life skills like cooking, driving,
Oh yeah.
diba? Cleaning, budgeting, using technology, com problem solving, communicating. Yun ang basic skills, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Joseph and
Yeah.
Area.
Right.
Work skills naman like organizing, managing your time, right? Customer service, teamwork. Ang
Mhm.
dami. Writing,
Mhm.
presenting, selling, analyzing. So many
So
Yeah.
um,
many.
personal skills like patience, adaptability,
Mhm.
resilience, listening, ang dami,
Mhm.
empathy, and etc. Tapos may hidden skills. Oh, how do you find out? Nare, hidden skills. Example, once you give yourself time na you get a pen and paper, ang galing mo pala mag-sketch. Oh, kukuha ka
Yeah.
ng
Mm.
watercolor. Oh my gosh, you're good in watercolor. Did you know that? Ang galing mo pala. Or writing, or, poet, writing poetry or writing a story. Right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, ang galing mo pala magsulat. Oh, di ba? Yung mga hidden skills na hindi mo alam, but
Yeah.
nandiyan yan if given the chance. Di ba, Joseph?
Correct. Yeah. Thank you, Coach.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Coach, what about you, Naman? What about you? What would you say to a person that actually, if somebody picks up the phone, starts asking you, oh, Coach Mildred, do you think I can do this? And what should I do, or what can I do? What would you say to that person?
I would always say, you'll never know until you give it a try. Because I
Mm.
wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You have to find out yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
But unless you find out yourself, unless you jump out of your comfort zone, that you're
Yes.
so comfortable in the cocoon, you don't want to get out, you will never find out what you're capable of
That's true.
until you really take a leap of
Yes.
faith, whatever, a leap of faith or a
Courage.
calculated risk, right? Lahat yun. Lahat naman
Yeah.
yun.
Yeah.
In life, there's always a risk, everything. But if you don't take a risk, then you don't know if you're capable of it, right? So that's
Mm.
what's good about this, right?
Yeah.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
great.
So we have a
Oh,
Coach,
commenter here.
Island!
Hi,
Coach
Coach
Ryan.
Island!
Yeah. So for me, also being Filipino, we were raised to be humble. We were taught not to show off what we have or what we
So
can
true.
do. That's so true. Huwag magbuhat ng sariling bangko. Yeah.
Yes.
That
Okay.
mindset is still very much a part of me, even when we know we're capable or have a lot of experience. We sometimes hesitate to talk about it openly because it
Mhm.
can feel like we're bragging. That's so true. Ayun, yun na nga yung sinasabi natin kanina, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We
We
tend
can.
Ay
to
nako, totoong-totoo yan.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's right to the
Thank you,
point.
Coach
Thank you,
Thank you,
Coach
Coach Ayla,
Ailan.
for watching.
Yes, thank you for continuing to watch our
Mhm.
podcast. So anyway, yeah, no, really, that's really what the episode 44, what tonight is all about. Really, all we're saying here is that if a friend needs a little bit of encouragement, and somehow, some way, neglecting or
Yeah,
forgetting that
yeah.
they have those skills,
Mm.
all it needs is some validation and encouragement from your friend or from others, right?
Mhm.
So for
Yeah.
those of you who are actually watching us tonight, um, what is one skill you've developed through your life that you've been taking for granted? That's a question for you guys.
Wow.
Kasi nga, you may be just underestimating yourself.
Mm-mm.
You just need that little push,
Yeah,
right, to
yeah.
get you over the hump, diba? So hopefully that this episode, gave you some points and some realization that it's not the end,
Mhm.
and it is really not the end. It's really something that you can develop yourself, and like Coach Mildred said, and what Ariane is saying, exposing yourself and also trying by yourself to reach that, whatever that goal is that you want to reach.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
So we want to thank all of our viewers. A special shout out to Coach Ailan,
Thank you, Coach Island.
yeah, for her comments.
Thank you.
Um,
Yes.
and hopefully we'll see you again next week,
Oh,
episode
wait, wait,
45.
wait. I,
Yeah,
I want to say something to that.
sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
With Coach Ayla. That is so true, especially coming to North America, right? As Filipinos, we're really taught to be
In the
humble. You don't
culture.
talk about yourselves. But you are in North America. And that's why I
Yeah.
always tell my clients before, no, you have to learn to be more assertive.
Yes.
You have to learn, because if you don't talk, they won't know what your skills are, right?
Yes.
And other people love to talk, but they don't have the skills, right?
Mm. That's
They
so
and
true.
the reality is, sometimes because they talk a lot, they are the ones that get promoted because they
Mm.
talk. Although the other person is really more skillful. We know this. We know
Mm.
this for a fact,
Yeah. I
in
have lots of stories
government.
about that.
Exactly.
I've
In the
witnessed things
corporate
like that as
world,
well.
everywhere, we know this. So I always tell the people, no, no, you are selling yourself short. Don't do
Yes.
that. You have to really No, you can still talk about yourself, but still remain humble, right?
Mhm.
But they let them know of what you are capable of. So you
Good
have to
point.
speak.
Yes.
Kasi yung iba, di ba, maingay lang talaga sila. Kasi di ba, maingay. Mahilig sila magsalita, magchika-chika, ganun. Pero wala talaga sila masyadong skills as compared to the other person. That's
Yeah.
why I tell them, no, you need to go out there because your life depends on that. Your future, your family's future depends on that. So that is
Yeah.
the skill that we as Filipinos also need to learn, right?
Mhm.
To be more assertive. Yun lang.
Yes, for
Diba?
sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to get out there.
Thank you, Coach. That's a great reminder.
Oo.
Yeah,
Diba?
and what coach is referring to is about executional skills. Yung yung mga kailangan meron ka lang
Exactly. You gotta execute
executional.
it.
Yeah, you have
Because
to
if you know how to do it here, knowledge in the
Mhm.
head, but you
yeah,
don't do it, that's different. There is
yeah,
a gap. Diba?
yeah.
So
That's
Correct.
to continue
somehow
that,
that's also speaking with integrity. Kasi
mhm,
Yes,
you have to walk the
absolutely.
talk, right?
of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You have
Of
to follow
course.
up with
Mhm,
actions. Diba?
mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's
Oh my
good
gosh.
enough.
I love this topic, Joseph. Thank you so much. This is a great topic, and there's so much that we can talk about it here. And, 30 minutes is not enough, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
And well, we
We
can
can
always
talk
have
for
part two.
hours. Yeah, we
We
can
can have
have
yeah.
part
part
two.
two.
Yeah, yeah. Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Well, again, thank you so much for everyone watching, and thank you again, Ariane and Coach Mildred, for your time today. We
Thank
hope
you.
we were able to encourage someone or inspire someone in this episode and this podcast. So again,
Mhm.
hopefully we'll see you again next week, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
And who's the host? Coach Mildred?
Coach
I
Oh,
think
Ariane.
it's
Mildred.
me
Coach
next
Mildred. Okay,
week.
Coach Mildred is the
Oh, we
host.
can have part two.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes,
that's a good
We
yes.
idea.
can have part
Absolutely.
two then for
Yes.
for our
Part two. Part
viewers.
two.
Yes. We can do a
Okay.
part two of this, right? So that's our
Sounds good.
topic for next week, part
There
two.
you go. We have
Yeah,
a topic.
that's
Thank
okay.
you.
Yes.
Okay, bye for now. Thank you,
Thank you,
folks.
Okay, thank you
Thank
guys.
guys.
Have a
you.
great
Thank
evening.
you.
Good
We'll see
night.
you next week. Bye for
Okay, see you
now.
Night.
next
Good
week.
night.
Bye bye.
Night.